Welcome to another episode of the Post Game. I hope everybody's doing good today. I am your host Davion, and I am joined with my boy Matt.
What up?
And here shortly, our boy Eli will be joining us, but that's just at a random time. Um, yeah, we're gonna be missing Freddie today as well. Matt, how you doing, man?
I'm good. Good week. Finals starting this week, so just preparing for those. So that'll be good.
Oh yeah, yeah. I'm doing good too, man. Just finals, my like school stuff finished last week, and so I'm just been trying to relax a little bit, catch back
hmm
up on some sleep. But yeah, no, we're not gonna dilly dally around about it. We're gonna get right into it. Trending
Okay.
topics for the day, man. Uh, Cornerback for the Ravens, Marlon
Humphreys.
Humphrey, out for the season after he tore a pec in last week's game. Is that a big loss for them?
100%. I
Yeah.
mean, they already have. I think now it's up to 7 season-ending injuries.
Mm,
Um, and they just lost their two starting corners, and Humphreys was like their best corner.
yeah, one of the better in the
Um,
league.
yeah, exactly. So that is a huge blow. But Baltimore still has looked good even with those injuries. So it's like
Yeah.
yes, the defense will probably be worse, but how the question is like how worse if it's going to be drastic or not. So
Yeah.
um, it seems like the newer guys have stepped up. I think they drafted a guy from Ohio State. I forgot his name. He's been really really good for them. Um, I don't know who else they have though, but I mean we'll just see how it goes.
Yeah. I think out of every team that's going to be in the playoffs right now, the Ravens are the one who's pretty banged up.
hmm
And yeah, got some words for them a little bit later, but we'll just have to wait and see about that.
Okay.
um, but yeah, that's big blow for them. Hopefully, he can have a speedy recovery though and be back next season and not miss a beat. But next trending
Yeah.
topic: Ben Roethlisberger, quarterback for the Pittsburgh Steelers has privately told former teammates and some teammates within the organization that this is expected to be his last season in Pittsburgh. Do we think someone else will pick him up?
No.
So
God
you,
no.
yeah, are you saying he's done?
Oh, 100%. I mean, saying privately saying he's retiring. I mean, that's not private anymore.
Yeah,
Um, he's not good, man.
no,
His his days are behind him. He's not Brady. No one's Brady.
no,
Um, he just I mean, he just doesn't he hasn't been good for a couple years. I mean, he's dealt with injuries, I think with his shoulder
yeah.
or his elbow. Um, it just I think this is a good move for him. I mean, I wonder the question is if he's going to be a Hall of Famer or not. I think he might make it.
I think he should. Yeah, I mean, he took the
hmm
Steelers to two Super Bowls, two or three.
Two.
Two, and they won one. They lost one to the Packers though in
Yes.
2012, and they won the
hmm
other one against
Seattle? I think so. I think it was
you
Seattle.
might be right.
hmm Was that when he was a rookie too?
Oh yeah, that season that they yeah, it was Seattle. That season that he went 15 and was
One.
it 15 and 1, and then they went on and won that Super Bowl. Wow, as a rookie.
hmm
Big Ben. No. That might be right. That might be right.
I don't know if they were
Um
15 and one,
in
but
2006, they were I think they were 15 and 1, if I'm not mistaken. No, they were 11 and 5. I'm wrong. They were 11 and 5.
yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Anyway, I do think he'll be a Hall of Famer. Um, I think he probably should have been gone from Pittsburgh probably a season or two, maybe three ago. He just hasn't played.
Yeah.
He hasn't played good enough and that long, and so I think we're going to see a whole lot of our beloved, quarterbacks of old age start to retire here soon, like Matt Ryan, like I mean, we saw last season Drew Brees and Phillip Rivers went down and retired, and
Mhm.
so I think this season we're going to get Big Ben and I don't know Matt
Potentially Matt
Ryan.
Ryan.
Yeah. I mean, by the day, I genuinely feel like he like I genuinely feel like he's more and more in the mood to retire.
Yeah,
Just by the way that the production of the organization.
and it's like they're not horrible. They're not a horrible team, but they're not a Super Bowl contender this year. Like, let's be honest.
Steelers?
No,
No,
they're
not at
not.
all.
So it's like they may be rebuilding a little bit, and they're
Yeah,
gonna be looking for a new quarterback because I don't even know if if Rudolph or Haskins is even it.
there's no way.
So
I think
I
they
feel like they're
draft
gonna
a
draft
quarterback. Yeah,
someone. So um, and then you'll have a very young offense if
yeah.
they draft someone. So that could be interesting.
I think if they can get the pieces right the right way, they'll be fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's Big Ben. It's gonna be good seeing him off the field. No, but Saints wide receiver Devontae Harris suspended 3 games after facing a DUI arrest I think before the season started. Um, that's a rough one for us to lose. Another receiver that we don't have to give away for free. It's gonna be. I mean, he is a big part of our offense right now. Excuse me, and
Mhm.
so yeah, it's gonna suck having him gone for 3 games. Not saying the
Yeah.
Saints were like going to the playoffs whatsoever, but any
You
production
just
from our
lose another
team.
piece to a already like
Yeah,
terrible offense. So
exactly.
um,
And so,
yeah.
yeah, so that's just that sucks to look at that leave. But next trending topic: Joe Brady, offense coordinator for the Carolina Panthers, is out at offense coordinator after being fired this week. Are you happy about that, Matt? Being our resident Panthers fan.
I was definitely surprised. Happy, yes and no. I feel like this was just a cop out for Matt Rule. He's definitely next. Um,
Really?
yeah, I think you give Matt Rule one more year.
I want to say
I
this
think a
season or
third.
no?
No, I think
Okay.
he gets a third season,
Mm-hmm.
and then if they're the same average or just worse, then he's
He's
done.
done. Yeah.
Um, you know, David Tepper, the owner, stated, he
We
wants to
don't.
win now,
Yeah.
and maybe that's the problem is they're not ready to win now. So that could be on the owner there too, because
For sure.
let's say Matt Rule's fired this year, then the Phil Snow's out, everyone leaves house, then maybe Hassan Reddick or Gilmore, those guys don't want to sign back because Matt Rule's gone.
Yeah.
So it's like you got to hold on to him and then try to hire another coordinator for the offense because it was just not working these past 2 years. I mean, Teddy Bridgewater was right the whole time saying
Mm-hmm.
like the play calling was just horrible. I mean, they don't practice red zone like offense at all, barely in their practices, and it's just like, how do you do that? And like with Teddy now, he's having a pretty good year. Like
But
he's
yeah.
actually not been bad.
No.
So um, hopefully, I don't think the offense will be much of a change with him out. Hopefully next year it'll be better, but we'll see.
I honestly I just think Joe Brady has a specific type of offense that he wants to run,
Mm-hmm.
um, which is a pass only offense. And I
Yeah.
mean, when you have McCaffrey who can come out the backfield or Chuba Hubbard can come out the backfield, I think you have to be better than just a pass only offense. And when the pass doesn't work, I feel like Joe Brady is still going to pass the ball, even if it doesn't work. And so, I mean,
Yeah.
to me, this is a good move for the Carolina Panthers. Do I think it was questionable in the middle of the season? Yes, because you're already on a losing season. So just let them finish it out. But um, yeah, man, it's pretty interesting seeing that. Pretty interesting seeing him get cut with what 4 or 5 weeks left, something like that,
Mm-hmm.
which is
Mm-hmm.
crazy. But I think we're going to see a whole lot more people get fired in a couple of weeks.
Yeah,
um,
I agree.
yeah. But yeah, that's about it for that Joe Brady topic. I was actually one more thing real quick. So was on a podcast yesterday on our channel, the post game, and we were talking about college football, and I think the perfect fit for Joe Brady would be Oklahoma right now. They brought in a defensive minded coach after Lincoln Riley left, like a defensive minded head coach, and I think they're now missing an offensive coordinator. So now I think that'll be a perfect fit for him in that pass heavy, offense that
Mhm.
Oklahoma is, and would probably be a perfect fit. So I mean, if I'm Oklahoma, I'm going after Joe Brady. I think he dominates in college right now, in my opinion.
Oh yeah, I think he'd be good in college. I wonder if he will actually be a coach though, or if he'll just be a coordinator in college.
I think coordinator is his role. I think head coach is
Yeah.
a stretch. Um,
Hmm.
but I mean, we saw how, just to talk about college football real quick, we saw how Alabama dotted up a number one defense in Georgia by passing the football really well.
Hmm.
And so I think that's exactly what Joe Brady wants and he brings to the table. And so I don't know, be
Yep.
interesting to see what happens there.
Hmm.
Yeah, but that's it on Joe Brady topic. Forgot to talk about this last week, but Adrian Peterson signed with the Seahawks. I think this past week he took most of the reps for Seahawks at running back, if I'm not mistaken.
I think he just got
Um,
goal line work.
yeah, I
Um,
know he scored a touchdown, didn't he?
yeah, I mean,
Yeah, I mean that's irrelevant, but
I don't think he's going to be a huge factor for someone's team now.
no,
I think
absolutely
it's
not.
I think it's more of a stat pat, which is good.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, those
I
guys
think
want
he's
to climb up the all-time
yeah,
list at that age.
I think he's 10th now in rushing touchdowns. I think he
Mm-hmm.
just passed Jim Brown,
Yep.
so that's pretty cool to see.
Yeah, but yeah, I think right. I think he's almost. How many more seasons is, and this is in air quotes, does he have left? One, two?
Maybe one
I mean,
at
yeah,
best.
to me, he's just
I don't
he's
see anyone trying to pick him up unless they're like
exactly,
absolutely desperate.
exactly. But yeah, good job for you. Good for you, Adrian Peterson, man.
Yes.
You
Hmm.
what year 15 now? Up in
Maybe.
age,
Yeah.
up in age. But one of the almost the last trending topics: Antonio Brown suspended for 3 games after faking a vaccine card. Also suspended with him
Uh,
is safety Buccaneers safety Mike Edwards, and there's also a free agent I can't remember his name who was also suspended with them. Um, is this dumb by AB?
yes.
Ooh, loaded
100. I
question,
mean,
huh?
yeah. You might as well just say you're not vaccinated than get a fake vaccination card at
Yep.
that point because it's just ridiculous. Like you're putting one, you're just straight up lying about this, and this like and like if you don't want to get vaccinated, that's all you. That is their opinion. They can do whatever they want. But if you
Yep.
just lie about it and fake it, that's when it's worse, and you make it
Yep.
worse. And now the NFL is cracking down on these, and there's going to be potentially more of these cases coming out, and it could screw some franchises pretty big.
I mean,
So
what if the the Buccaneers have more than Antonio Brown who's faked their vaccination card? Because I think we were talking before we got on started. You said that they were 100%, right?
yeah, they were
Yeah.
according to the NFL, they were 100% vaccinated. The first team to be 100%, and
And,
now
and
obviously that's
now
not true.
somebody's lying. And
So
so if more people come out with that 100% not vaccinated, then that's going to be a problem.
I'll just give an example. So let's say I don't think this is true. Let's say Brady isn't
I was
vaccinated and he
thinking the
was
same
lying about
exact
it.
thing. I was thinking the same
That
exact thing.
will completely
Yeah.
screw
Yeah.
the whole team if you know one of their best players like that is
Yep.
lying about that. Or it could happen in a different organization. Like you never know.
For sure.
So
I mean, so many of these things can come out and happen. I mean, this is almost to the same extent or level as Aaron Rodgers, like he fully came out and was like, well, I don't go into Aaron Rodgers right now. But anyway, but yeah, I think AB really can jeopardize his team. Well, he did jeopardize his team because now he's out for 3 games, and let's be real, he is a weapon in this offense.
They
Um,
are not the same without him.
no, not at all.
They haven't looked the same on offense without him.
No, because he's been gone for 3 weeks, I think, with injury, and now he's out for another 3 weeks with this COVID stuff
The
or this fake
suspension.
vaccine. Yeah, the suspension. And so now you have to look at yourself and really think about like, now I look dumb. Now you look real dumb. But it's not really it's not worth it in my opinion. It's not worth
It's not.
sitting here and
Again, you
complaining.
might as well just say you're
Thinking
not vaccinated or
Yep.
just get the vaccine. I mean, it's their opinion. They can do what they want with the vaccination.
Yep.
But just don't lie about it.
Yeah,
just tell the
you
truth.
get in trouble, and now your team is now. And people forget that this isn't just a me game. This is a team game. Like,
yes,
this isn't how this is supposed to work. But
and it's like, even if he wasn't vaccinated and he told the truth, yes, people will disagree with him, obviously. But it's like, okay, at least you're telling the truth, you know?
Yeah.
So that's all he had to do.
Exactly.
So,
exactly.
all he had to do.
But gotta jump off the AB conversation. But so the study came out from ESPN today and said that the Bucks and the Patriots are likely favorites to meet in the Super Bowl. I got about two. I think it's with like 10% of the vote. Do you agree with that?
It's looking like it right now. The only other one I could see is Green Bay instead of Tampa. Maybe the Rams. I'm not low key. I don't know about the Rams. Yeah, I don't know about the Rams right now. I'm more set on the Bucks and the Packers for the NFC. The AFC.
What about the
New
Cardinals?
Cardinals.
That's the
I
best
don't
team in the
think
league.
I don't think their defense is good enough to be a contender. But obviously their offense is elite. But if your defense is terrible, it's not terrible. Yeah. It's just like it's a little mediocre. It's not the elite level as Tampa or Green Bay.
Their offense
or the Rams. Yeah.
Yeah, no, not at all.
Now with the AFC, New England looks great right now.
Who's been saying
Belichick? Bill Belichick is Bill Belichick. I mean, you can't. He's the greatest coach ever.
He is absolutely perfect.
I could see the Chiefs maybe sneaking in.
They've been really quiet.
They've been a little quiet. Bills. Maybe the Bills. They haven't looked too hot either. Probably those three out of the AFC right now. So yeah. I don't know. I like that though. Bucks Patriots would be interesting if that actually happens.
Who would you have? Patriots, 100%.
I might go Tampa Bay.
I'd take a bet on that one, Matt.
That'd be a good bet.
Yeah, it'd be a good game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I don't know. To me, I don't know if the Bucks got it, man. Like, to me, they just looked off. They look like they're missing that thing. Like, to me, the Bucks are a third quarter team. If you can because they always come out at halftime and put 14 on the board. If a team can stop that, then I think they'll win the game. But it's going to be interesting. It's going to be a very interesting last couple of weeks and going into the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
But enough about that. Jump into some games of the week. Our first game we're going to be talking about is the Saints and the Cowboys on Thursday Night Football. I'll start if you want me to. I'll start.
Go ahead.
So, a couple of things. I think this is probably the first or second game I watched from Dallas this season. But that Dak Prescott and the Cowboys passing offense is almost perfect. It's been a while, but it was honestly, they dotted up the Saints secondary the entire game, and it was sickening to watch as a Saints fan, but it was good to watch football side. Like they looked like a
Yeah.
good complete passing offense. Zeke is done. I know he's still feeling that bruise, but he's done. He's on a decline, and I don't think he can get back to where he needs to be, in my opinion. But here's a big stance that I have from this game is that did you watch this game, Matt?
Oh yeah, definitely.
So do you remember when refs called an illegal block in the back on
Yes,
that
I remember.
on that 30-yard conversion? That
Yep.
pretty much
Hmm.
gave the Saints momentum going forward into the game.
Yep.
After they pulled that back, that completely took all the air out of the stadium. And we all know watching the NFL that it only takes one play to ruin a team and to ruin a game, and that was it. I think that play and whenever Taysom smacked his hand against that guy's helmet and pretty much I think he tore something in his fingers, man, in his middle finger, and was completely like unable to throw the ball for the rest of the game. That
Hmm.
ruined the Saints game. I mean, because we were driving, we were still in the game, we were still looking decent. Um, I think the 4 interceptions that people are talking about from Taysom, I think they have to put an asterisk beside that because that's what messed up fingers, and we were down. Um, and so when you're down, you have to throw the ball every other play because you can't waste time off the clock. And
Yeah.
in my opinion, I don't think Taysom deserves complete blame for those 4 picks. I know his fingers were messed up. Maybe 1 or 2, yes, but 4, I don't know. He even had 100 rushing yards as well. He was just running on the Dallas Cowboys this game. Um, but my final thoughts about it is Dallas isn't Dallas isn't a team that I would fear going into the playoffs personally. I think the Saints season's over and that we just need to start looking into quarterback and receivers because right now we are completely we have none. We have no receivers. We have no quarterback. And so
Hmm.
until that gets fixed, we're going to be a bad team.
Okay. Um, what do I think? What do I think?
Let's talk for 3 minutes. Great.
I think I said this before. I don't think Taysom Hill's it. Even I know he was hurt,
No,
but
not at all.
still, I don't think he's a good quarterback. I don't think he is a quarterback. His role is better when he plays every other position but
Yeah.
quarterback. Um, Saints are banged up. They just don't look good. Yes, you could say that call shifted the momentum. Yes, it was a terrible call, but you got to play the whole game. You can't blame
Sure.
it off of
Oh,
one call.
for 100%. 100%. I agree.
Um, yes, Taysom Hill didn't look bad on those running plays, but he did throw 4 picks, and one of them was a pick six to a D lineman,
Yeah.
which is ridiculous to me. Um, is he gonna play next week?
Depends on how his fingers are.
Okay.
Because that was just a rough injury for him. I think we'll probably start Trevor next week, just because why not?
I think they should just stick with him, even though it's not like it's not even an upgrade.
Not at all.
It's just like you got to have someone, you know.
Yeah. Um,
Um, yeah, but for Dallas, I mean, they look good. Their
Micah
defense looked
Parsons is
great.
scary.
Micah Parsons
Is scary.
and Trayvon Diggs, man, they look good, man. Um, I think it'd be really cool if we saw a defensive player of the year and rookie defensive player of the year on one team. That could happen this year
Oh,
with Trayvon
100%.
Diggs
Yeah.
and Micah Parsons.
I think if Micah doesn't win it, you have to give it to TJ Watt.
You mean Trayvon Diggs? Yeah. So rookie of the year, defensive rookie of the year, Micah Parsons is going to win it hands down.
Oh yeah, yeah, without a doubt.
For
And Diggs.
defensive
Yeah.
player right now, it is TJ Watt, Myles Garrett, Diggs. That's probably the front runners right now, I would
Yeah.
think.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. And then let's see. So offensive side of the ball for Dallas. Dak wasn't
Terrible.
horrible.
Yeah.
He played all right.
I
Did throw a
personally,
pick.
he played. Yeah, I think other than the pick, there were a couple plays a couple balls that weren't cute, but other than that, I think he played
Yeah.
relatively well.
And I mean, CeeDee Lamb, 89 yards. I know it's not like a huge game, but he
No, but
looks good.
those 89 yards were like important 89 yards. Those were like
He's going to be so good
third
in
and
the
8.
future.
Oh yeah, he
Yeah,
is.
man.
And now,
He's ridiculous, man. Amari Cooper was kind of in and out with this whole COVID thing.
yeah, mainly out.
Yeah. So good for Dak
Mm-hmm.
for just spreading the ball out to everyone. I mean, it looked
Oh
like
yeah,
everyone was
Tony
getting
Pollard
involved.
with a
Pollard
bomb.
with the with the rushing or was it a rushing touchdown?
It was for like 60 yards.
Mm-hmm. I
Michael
will say
Gallup.
Zeke, Michael Gallup looked good. He looks really good. He's very underrated.
Yeah.
Zeke, maybe that bruise you were saying, he does not look good, man. He just looks off. Now, if he is healthy next year, I think he'll be much better. But if there isn't a difference, he might be declining. But we never know. So.
I think he's 100% declining. I think that he could be better than what he is now next season, maybe, but not much better.
Yeah.
I think Dallas has a really good replacement in Tony Pollard.
Yeah, he looks good, man.
Yeah. But
are they a threat in the playoffs though? That's hard, man, because it's like
because they're so inconsistent.
There's a lot of teams that are inconsistent this year. But yeah, I agree with you. Like their defense is good.
Yeah.
But it's not elite, obviously. It's not there yet.
So right now Dallas would play the Rams in the first round.
See, yeah, the Rams would win that, I think.
I think so.
Even though they've been struggling.
This defense from Dallas.
That'll be a good
That would be
the
a
Rams
really good
defense
game.
versus Dallas's offense.
Yeah.
Ramsey against CeeDee Lamb, probably.
Ooh.
That's a great matchup right there.
I think it'll come down to the quarterback play.
Yeah. I think I would give the Rams a slight edge. I think Dallas can win a game in the playoffs.
Yeah.
I don't think they can make it to the Super Bowl. I would be shocked if they made it to the Super Bowl this year.
If they make it to the Super Bowl, I will I'm not going to say anything because I'm going to have to do it. So, no, nothing.
But they're getting close.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, you can tell that Dallas is moving in the direction where they wanted to be for the past 20 years.
I think just getting a little more experience with your guys. I don't think there's really a ton of stuff you need to change.
Yeah.
Maybe the secondary a little bit with Brown. He's not good at all.
No. He was
maybe
Atlanta's safe last season.
No, that was what's his name?
That was their safety, wasn't it? Wait, who was that?
It starts with a K. Oh, Curse or Keanu Neal? Keanu Neal.
Oh yeah, Keanu.
So no, Anthony Brown has been like pretty bad this year, but he looked pretty good last game. Even though the Saints don't really have that much, but still.
We don't have anything.
Yeah. I think that's all I have. I mean, Dallas is good, man.
Yeah.
Saints probably aren't. Yeah.
Just not at all. But gonna move on to the next game. Giant Dolphins. This game was.
Hey, by the way, I'm back. I'm here, y'all.
Hi.
Before y'all start this game.
Hi.
Welcome.
I've been back since the Cowboys. I was just letting y'all finish talking.
You scared me, honestly. Not gonna lie. It's like, who is this talking to? What? Who got into the? Welcome.
Yeah,
how are you doing?
Y'all. I'm doing good. How y'all?
I'm good.
Good. Yeah, we've
ran into some traffic, so I'm here, y'all. Hey, everybody on the podcast. Here. So let's get talking now.
Giants, Miami. This was Mike Glennon. He's back.
No, he ain't.
Okay. He started off 8 for 8, and then he threw a pick, and so then that was the decline for his night.
And then he got concussed, and now Jake Fromm's coming in.
Jake
for their quarterback.
Fromm? Oh,
Yep.
boy.
I mean,
Giants can't catch a break, honestly.
Giants are bad, man. I mean, there's nothing to it. Thank God
Yeah.
they do have good draft picks this year with the Bears pick.
What did I see today? Was going to get a third first-round pick. I think it was the Eagles.
Philly.
Yes,
Philly will
because
get a
of
third. They'll get the Colts.
yeah, because what's his
Carson
name?
Wentz's
Carson Wentz is
deal.
playing like meeting his standards, which is ridiculous that they're going to have 3 first-round picks, and not sharing with the rest of the NFL.
Yeah.
But yeah, this game, Tua looked good, ish. He looked good. I think right now they're 5 straight. The Dolphins are. This game was kind of trash, to be honest. Like the turnovers came, and it's a whole just 2 bad teams playing football. I think right now the Dolphins are looking to save Brian Flores' job.
Do you think they can make a wild card?
Let me look. No. Before I look, I'm gonna say no. No, because you still have the Colts. You still have the Raiders.
Colts, Bengals, Chargers.
Right now it's the Patriots at 1, Tennessee Titans at 2, Baltimore Ravens at 3, Kansas City at 4, Chargers at 5, Bengals at 6, Bills at 7 at 7 and 5, Steelers at 8 outside of the playoff with 6, 5 and 1, Colts at 9 with 7 and 6, Raiders at 10 at 6 and 6, Browns 6 and 6 at 11, Broncos 6 and 6, and then Miami is 6 and 7 at 13. So they're 1, 2. They're like 3 games behind. So I personally don't think they can.
Are the Chargers in the playoffs? Did you say that?
Yes, they're sitting at 5.
Okay.
After beating the Bengals, who are at 6 right now.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I agree with you. I think they're just saving Brian Flores' job.
Do you think he should be fired?
No.
I like Brian.
So. He's a good coach.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they just might be mediocre like they were last year because they didn't make the playoffs and they were like 8 and 8 or something.
Who, Miami?
Yeah, or were they 9 and 8?
Nah, Miami was 10 and 6 last season.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, they was 10 and 6. They did good towards the end.
Yeah.
And they
10 and 6, and they missed the playoffs at 10 and 6, and then they came back this season and was just woke up for a little late, I guess. I mean, Miami right now, I personally don't think they're gonna make it, but
it's too late for them. They're not making it. There's too many people in the AFC that's like so close with each other.
And so good, and if we're being honest, you have the Bengals and all those guys.
Chargers, Bills, yeah.
I think the Giants, if they can stay healthy and get like a good coordinator in there next season that can really revamp this offense, they'll be fine. The Giants are the type of team to go after Joe Brady, in my opinion, just because they don't know what they're doing, and that's just
that'd be an interesting fit. Yeah,
but they still have Saquon, who needs to have a. In my opinion, no. If they go for Joe Brady, it's not gonna be what they need.
That's even worse.
Yeah, I don't even know if Joe Brady's gonna get a job in the NFL.
Oh yeah,
I don't think he is either.
He did terrible with y'all, so he's definitely not getting no job.
Yeah.
Y'all had one of the best defense, and I don't know what happened to that.
Mm-hmm.
Offense wasn't that bad. I just don't know.
I mean, I think like Freddie said last week, it's like the Carolina Panthers can't have their offense and defense at the same time. Which in terms suck, but
I can't.
Good for us.
But I will say the Giants, Saquon obviously isn't what he is now.
Yeah.
The ACL is a terrible injury.
And
he could be better next year.
It's usually better. They're usually better a year after. Yeah, a year after they're back.
Yeah, I think he'll have a bounce back year next year. And it's just injuries are killing this team. I mean, Galladay got hurt. He was back, but he only had 3 catches.
I mean, I think this entire team is banged up. Like, I think the Giants, I think they're going to have a good draft. And I think if everyone stays healthy, like, they can be a decent team in a hard division. Oh, well, no, let me phrase that. In a terrible division. Like, they can beat the Eagles. They could beat Dallas. They could trade a game. They could trade a game with Dallas. They could trade a game with Washington as well. Like, I think that division is so like equal of being so bad. It's like those games are always winnable, and any division game is winnable as well. So I don't know. Hopefully the Giants can have a bounce back year next year, but right now it's 100% not there.
No.
Yeah, but gotta move on and talk about the Colts and the Texans. This game was a blowout to say the least. I think the Colts are really trying to make a push for that 7th spot right now because right now they're currently out 1 game behind Pittsburgh.
Like I said, I'm sticking with my bold prediction. They're going to make it. They are going to make it.
I don't know, man.
They're looking good though.
Yeah, but they're 2 games behind. The Bills are sitting at 7th spot right now at 7-5, and I genuinely think.
I gotta look at the Colts.
One more time.
That's the Bills playing next because the Bills might lose a game. If a Bills lose a game, that's a wrap. Colts taking over.
The season, you still have the rest of the season though.
Bills haven't been playing good. Bills been playing poor.
They didn't play poor last night. Last night was just weather. I don't think you blame that on. They have the Buccaneers next week.
That game there, yeah, that was just.
They have the Bills. Bills and Bucks are next week. Then Bills play Carolina. Then the Bills play the Patriots again, which I think the Bills will win that game. And then Bills play the Falcons and then the Jets. So I think they'll win. They'll win at least 3 of the last 5. At least 3 of the last 5.
I feel like they'll lose the Patriots and Bucks.
Yeah, that's what I said. At least 3. They still have Carolina, and Falcons.
But with the Colts, I think they're Patriots maybe.
Who do they play? They play the so they play the Patriots, Cardinals, Jacksonville, and the Raiders. So they'll split
for them to make it, they'll have to be either the Patriots or the Cardinals.
No, they'll have to win. They'll have to win out for them to attempt to make it. Because with 4 wins right now, that puts them at – with 4 wins winning out, that puts them at 11-6. And with 3 wins for the Bills, that puts them at 10-7. So, I mean, maybe, yes. But I think the Bills are going to have to win one between the Patriots or Tampa Bay, which is next week. And I think they will beat Tampa Bay next week.
So who's winning right now for the AFC?
Bills, Bengals, Chargers, Chiefs, Ravens, Titans, Patriots. Listen, like I think they're really going to have to bet on a bunch of luck to get in that 7th spot.
I'll say they got it.
Jonathan Taylor right now for me is my MVP. Yes, or running back as MVP. He was 132 yards, 2 touchdowns yesterday.
143.
Oh, wait, counting offense and defense? I mean counting reception.
No, it says rushing 143, 2 touchdowns for Jonathan Taylor.
I read that completely wrong. Wow. Never mind then. Yeah, 143. Yeah, you are right. 143 on that. But I mean, right now, who's played more consistently better than him all season? I think some people are saying Brady, but in my opinion, I think it's time to show some respect to Jonathan Taylor and give him this MVP this season.
I mean, maybe Cooper Kupp, but that's really it.
Yeah. But yeah, this offense and defense for the Colts are clicking when it needs to towards the end of this season. And even if they don't do it this year, I think this team is just going to get better with time and age. Like next season, they can be a lot better and start winning a little bit earlier. Texans are bad, and we knew that. That's not something new. But yeah, getting blown out 31-0 at home is for sure shows that your season's over, in my opinion. But yeah, I mean, I don't have anything else on the Texans or Colts.
I don't either.
I don't know for this game at all. I already know the Colts is going to win.
I mean, that's a no-brainer. I mean, with these games like this, it's going to be a blowout. But next game we're going to talk about is one of the funniest ones of the week: Lions and the Vikings. Lions almost lost this.
Garbage! Oh my gosh!
I mean, Lions almost lost this game though.
I can't believe they really lost to the Lions.
The lowly Lions.
Oh my lord! Just a disgrace.
I think this is I think this right here. This is cements that Mike Zimmer's gone at the end of the season.
Oh yeah.
I think without a doubt he's gone.
Oh yeah.
This Vikings defense just let the lowly Lions put 29 points on them. There's no way.
29.
There's no way
They let
that you
Jared
keep your
Goff
job.
show out. They let Jared Goff show out. Come on.
Oh,
That bum really showed out.
that sentence is ridiculous. They let Jared Goff show out. Yes. I mean, I'd be fuming. I know Freddie's very happy to see Jared Goff get his first
That's
win this
Freddie
season.
man.
Yeah,
he's
Freddie
excited.
That's bad.
But yeah, man, the Lions almost lost this game at the end though. Until Freddie's boy again led the Lions to a game-winning drive to win it in closing seconds. And so, yeah, man, does this mean the Lions are playoff bound?
No. Why are we saying that?
I'm kidding. No, you know that they still have a chance.
Yeah, I know. They need like 100 things to happen.
Yeah, we're just saying, listen, I don't think they're playoff bound. I think their season's been over since it started. I do think the Vikings, though, they really have to be better. I mean, I think one of y'all said a couple weeks ago that the Vikings were a good team. And I told y'all that they weren't a good team. And this right here showed that they weren't a good team. Just very inconsistent. I mean, do you blame Kirk Cousins or who do you blame for this loss?
Has to be the coaching because Kirk Cousins did good. Justin Jefferson had a monster game.
Yeah, he did.
And they still lost. Yes, they lost Adam Thielen with I think his is it hamstring or his knee? I don't remember. Or his ankle?
I think it might have been knee. I can't remember what it was.
So
when you lose your number one, maybe receiver?
No, Justin Jefferson is the number one. But still, Thielen's literally like the red zone threat. So it's like that's a big loss. Now, obviously, Minnesota is much better than this Detroit offense or this team. So this shouldn't have been that close. It was a sloppy play for Minnesota. Yeah. Sloppy.
I mean, like we said,
kudos to the Lions, though.
Yeah, for sure. They deserved that win, man. They deserved it. But I mean, like we said this a couple weeks ago about the Bills and the in Jacksonville when Jacksonville beat the Bills. I mean, it's a bad team it's a decent team versus a terrible team, and the terrible team showed up and the bad one didn't. I mean, and the good one didn't. And so this is what happens when your team doesn't show up for work. You lose to the 0-10-1 Lions, and they have nobody to blame but themselves, in my opinion. Yeah, but I'll move on to the next game. Eagles and the Jets. This is yet again more trash. No, I'm kidding. Eagles offense though, they looked really good yesterday. I'm not gonna lie. Gardner Minshew came in and looked good. I mean, I know that I read something today that they came out and said that even though Gardner looked good, they're still gonna start Jalen Hurts. I mean, if Hurts throws 2 picks in the first half, he's getting pulled, right?
Yeah. I think this is a wake-up call for Jalen Hurts, saying like, now obviously it was the Jets, but still,
I mean, but still,
this is a wake-up call saying, hey, like, if you keep messing up like this,
we have a decent
we can just easily put in Minshew and potentially do better or worse.
Yeah, I mean, he was 20 for 25, 242, 2 tubs yesterday. I mean, can't ask for nothing more than that from your backup quarterback. I mean, and Miles Sanders, like I said I think week 3 it was on this podcast. I said that the Eagles will be good whenever they establish a run game. And Miles Sanders had 24 carries, 120 yards yesterday. Granted, it was on the Eagles, but I mean, it was on the Jets, but that's still something. Dallas Goedert, though, 6 receptions, 105 yards, 2 touchdowns. Was really good for him. I mean, they just had the quarterback play yesterday from the Eagles was just really good, and he did his job. I mean, Jets are terrible. We knew that. I think their season's been over. But Eagles right now are sitting at that number 8 spot, and they're looking to just sneak into the playoffs. They're just 1 game behind, and Eagles right now have they have Washington twice, the Giants, and the Cowboys in their last 4. I mean, they're all division games. So we all know how that goes.
Yeah.
Because what
That'll be
Dallas is
interesting down the
Dallas is
stretch.
8-4. Eagles are 6-7. I mean, what's Dallas's last couple games?
So they play Washington, Philly, Washington again, Philly again, and then maybe the Giants. Like it's just all division games, I think.
Man, it's gonna come down to the wire because a lot can change in these last 4 weeks inside division games, man. Because they all matter so much. No matter what your record is, in your division it matters. And man, it's gonna be exciting. But yeah, I personally don't think Philly can make it into that last spot. With beating out, I think Washington have that last spot secured in my opinion, and they are looking like a really good
Washington
team.
pulled it through. Yeah,
and so they're looking for like a really good football team that really wants to make it to that final spot. Next game,
the team that everybody been waiting for the Washington.
Yeah, I mean, we have been waiting for that team to show up, and now they finally have. But next game we're going to talk about is the Cardinals and the Bears. D-Hop and Kyler's first game back. They didn't look great, but they didn't look terrible. So good for them, I guess. The Cardinals defense, though, they did get 4 picks off Andy Dalton. But I for some reason, I just feel like they should have scored a little bit more than 33 points after getting 4 picks off Andy Dalton. I mean,
that's 33 points still.
I know, but that's like in your own position. Like that's your own score. I mean, they still you should have put more up in my opinion.
So you want them to get like 40 or 50?
I was thinking. I mean, bro, someone throws 4 picks to me. I'm sure. I'm like, well, I'm coming from a high-powered Saints offense where Sean Payton, even if we're up by 40, we're still going to go as hard as we can and put more points on the board. I just felt like they could have put more points on the board. I don't know. That could just be me being extra. But no, here's a couple questions for y'all. Are the Cardinals like a team to look at in the playoffs?
I mean,
yeah.
Okay, you'll say that, but then why are they so underrated?
Because of their defense. It's not as good as the Bucs, the Rams, the Packers. Who else is there in the NFC?
Not even that. We improved a lot because we was always an offense team, but bad on defense. But our defense improved. So
ain't nobody talking about y'all right now.
Yeah, but I'm saying they're not as their defenses aren't as good as those three.
I'm kidding. I mean, okay, so they have played
good teams.
They played the Titans, and they held the Titans defense to 13 points. I mean, offense to 13 points. That's the first game of the season, though. They held the Rams to 20 points. Division game, yes. They held the Browns to 14 points. They held the 49ers to 10 points. The Packers did beat them that Thursday night game. And the Panthers came to their house and blew them out as well. They have held teams to relatively decent scores. I mean, they haven't gotten blown out by 30 points.
Well, like once.
Well, yeah. Carolina.
But still. Yeah. But that's what I'm saying is like
that's not like even a special team.
I know, but but every team has those off games where they don't wake up for teams like that.
Exactly. That was just one of those bad games for them.
Yeah. I mean, they have the Rams, the Lions, the Colts, the Cowboys, and Seattle for the rest of their season. I think they're gonna have. They have a pretty rough 3 games to play. You got Rams, Colts, and Cowboys. Who are Rams, Colts, Cowboys, Lions, and Seahawks.
Ooh, they are tough.
I mean, the Seahawks are gonna be on January 1st. 9th, where you know that they're really gonna wanna ruin some playoff aspirations for their division rivals.
Yeah. I think the only game they probably won was the Lions, you said?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Yeah. But right now, I don't know. I don't know what to say for the other games.
I think they'll beat the Lions, they'll beat the Colts, and I think they'll beat Dallas.
I don't think they
will.
I think Seahawks give them a run for their money because it's a division game. But I think the Rams
is a toss-up.
Yeah, it's a complete 100%. I think if they beat I don't
I don't think they'll beat the Colts.
They will. I think if they beat the
Uh-oh.
Rams, I think that if they beat the Rams on Monday Night Football, they're a team that people really need to pay attention to.
Yeah.
I mean,
Because
that is a division
right
game.
now they're not getting any respect, and I think it's completely unfair.
I agree.
But yeah, Bears. Bears. Matt Nagy's gone. He's one of the coaches that I have on my list. We got Matt Nagy who's going to be gone. We have Mike Zimmer who's going to be gone. Who else we got? Let me look. I don't know. There's so many more who's going to be fired at the end of the season, sadly. But anyway, cause I got nothing else on that team. If you have something.
No.
I don't. I mean,
Yeah. Next game, Chargers, Bengals. One of the better games of the week.
Disgrace.
that was a crazy game.
So
I
actually,
the Bengals and the Bengals lost. I should have went for the Chargers.
so I actually watched this game.
I did too.
Justin
I watched
Herbert's
that when I was at work.
Justin Herbert's that guy.
Yeah, he is. But not even that. Joe Burrow, he hurt his finger.
Oh yeah, dislocated. It was bad.
He still was putting up a fight, not like he wasn't. But then like fourth quarter, yeah, Justin Herbert just showed out. I don't know.
I mean, yeah. So Herbert. Let's get the stats down real quick. Justin Herbert was 26 for 35, 317, one pick, 3 touchdowns. So that's for one right there. That's just a good stat line. I mean, the Chargers offense looked like what we've been looking for all season out of them. They came into a steaming hot Bengals home and put 41 points on the board. So I think that's
they blew them out first.
Oh yeah, they were winning 24 to 3 or something.
Bengals came back and made it to like what? Like
it was
a one possession game.
Yeah.
A one score game.
Like 6 points. And then that's when fourth quarter it just went downhill.
Yeah. And so I think this Chargers offense, like I said, did what they needed to do and looked really good while doing it. But I think and this Chargers defense did look good as well. I mean, he slowed down Joe Burrow did hurt his finger at the end of the second quarter. He did. Yeah, I mean, they stopped everybody. I mean, that team going into halftime, they looked very frustrated and upset. Everyone. I was gonna say too. From coaching, from Burrow himself, from Mixon, from everyone on that sideline, they just looked like they weren't ready to play against this hot Chargers team right now. Yeah. I mean, it.
Believe it or not, Chargers might have the worst rush defense, but when it comes to like big games, they know how to stop the run.
Yeah.
They've been stopping the run a lot on like big
Mixon didn't do anything. I mean, listen, like I said, whenever Joe Burrow messed up his pinky in the second, because it was bent, it was completely dislocated.
Oh, it was dislocated.
Yeah, it was dislocated. Thankfully, it wasn't broken. Mm-hmm. But he went back out there and tried to throw the ball, and he couldn't even.
He started throwing picks left and right.
He couldn't even grip the ball because it was that messed up. But yeah, I don't think the Bengals should panic after this loss. I think they should just go back to the drawing board and see what went wrong. I think this should serve as a wake-up call for them because, I mean, in the middle of the third quarter with 4 minutes left, they're down 24-22 after being down by almost 30 points. So, I mean, I don't think they did a lot wrong, but I think they started off their game wrong. And so we'll see. I think we'll still see good games from the Bengals for the rest of the season, though.
Yeah.
Who's the better team out of these two in the playoffs?
Bengals or Chargers? I'll say Chargers.
Why?
It's a toss-up.
I mean, they're both sitting at 7-5.
Well, then again, I don't know because Chargers could be inconsistent too. So.
But Bengals can as well.
That's what I'm saying. They both are.
I mean, both these teams. Honestly, to me, both of these teams are like
I mean, it's
the exact same.
That too, but it's just proving that Chargers is better than them because they won.
Yeah. I mean,
they played the better football game. So
they did.
I think, like you said, it's going to come down to QB play if they met again. just who's the better quarterback. So I would give Herbert the slight edge, but it's very close. That's just they're so similar.
I
So
would blame it on Joe Burrow Pinky on that
Yeah,
game.
for sure. For
So
sure.
I can't really say Chargers so I don't know.
Okay, so right now, Titans play the Bills in the first round. Bengals will play the Ravens, and the Chiefs would play the Chargers. I think the Bengals could beat the Ravens. It might be a hot take,
Two
but
division games in the playoffs.
huh? Yeah, yeah. 2 division games in the playoffs.
You say you think the Chiefs
Those
beat the Chargers?
Those can go either way.
Oh yeah. I mean, because you've played this team 3 times this season at the end of that game, and you pretty much know how they play ultimately going into that game. Man, it's going to be an interesting one, though. I am ready for the playoffs. But next game we're going to move on and talk about is the Buccaneers and the Falcons division game as well. I mean, some people are saying Tom Brady is the MVP right now. Do we agree?
No.
Also,
I don't think so.
Yeah, that and why is he throwing the ball 51 times right now? Like,
I mean, it was close. It was like a 1-score game for like a quarter and a half.
Going into halftime. You're going into halftime. They were. It was close.
So that's probably why.
Yeah.
I mean, he did throw 4 touchdowns.
That all came. I mean, yeah. I mean, they only
Still
scored
4 touchdowns.
Yeah, they only scored.
I mean,
14 points
if you threw the ball
in
51 times, at least have 4 touchdowns.
Yeah.
Exactly.
At least.
I mean, Chris Godwin had 15 receptions, 143 yards.
143. Jesus.
What's his
Gronk
name?
had 2 TDs.
Mike Evans.
Mike
Evans had 99. Gronk had 4 receptions, 58 yards, 2 tubs.
Fournette.
I think the Bucks. Yeah, Fournette had 1 or 2 touchdowns as well. I mean, this game was over. It was pretty much over. Falcons aren't good, and we knew that. Matt Ryan may or may not be retiring at the end of the season.
He need to retire. If he want to save his career, he needs to retire.
No, if he want to save himself, forget his career. He's getting beat up out there, man. He's getting dropped every play.
Yes.
It's just unfair.
He can't. I know he's trying his hardest to bring the Falcons,
something.
But it's not working. He needs to just leave that. Just retire and just leave. Do what Drew Brees do.
All right, relax. But yeah, I think the Bucks had better win that game if they wanted to keep their playoff aspirations. They're 9-3 right now. Who do they have for the rest of the season? I think the Bucks have a pretty
They have Carolina twice.
Yeah,
they
the Saints
have
once.
Buffalo.
And they got the Saints.
That's
the
tough.
Jets too. So that's an easy
well, they're going to be playing their backups by the time that game comes around.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's their last game of the season? No.
Yeah.
Is it?
No, I think it is.
It's y'all.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
The Panthers.
It's Bills, Saints, Panthers, Jets, Panthers. Huh.
Have y'all played them yet? No, y'all haven't.
No, they haven't.
No.
We've played them. We beat them.
And then lost.
Why are you so disrespectful, man? Like, the Saints did nothing. Well, actually, we did. We beat your team. I forgot. Yeah. Anyway, gonna move on until our next game is the Rams and the Jacksonville Jaguars.
I mean, that was a must-deserve win. If the Rams would have lost, that would have been bad on them.
I think the Rams needed a win like this. They needed a blowout. Their offense just hasn't looked good for the past at least 3 weeks. But I mean, Stafford looked good. I mean, it was against the Jacksonville Jaguars, but excuse me, he looked good. 26 for 38, almost 300 passing yards with 3 tubs. I mean, that's good. Sonny Michel started for the first time this season with 24 carries, 121 yards, and 1 touchdown.
I got something to say.
Cooper Kupp, 8 receptions, 129, and 1 touchdown. Go ahead.
Listen. That's cool and everything. He did that to for one, like, it's the Jags. But like, if Rams want to get far to the Super Bowl, Matthew Stafford needed to step it up when he played against like competitive teams. Because when he played against like Cardinals, Packers, who else they played that was competitive?
The Bucks.
Bucks.
Like he showed up against them, but like those two teams, Cardinals and Packers, yeah, he did not show up and he played bad. So
I mean, Trevor didn't throw a pick.
I was watching that game, and like the way Jacksonville, like obviously they were losing, and I get it, but they literally treat their running backs like they're like
No,
5
they
years
treat
old.
him. No, you know what it is? They treat him like they're in college because he benched. He benched.
He benched James Robinson because he
Yeah,
fumbled
yeah,
for the
which is
first
like,
half, and
this
then
isn't
Carlos Hyde
college.
fumbled, and then he benched him in the second half, and I'm like, dude, what are you doing? Like,
This
this
isn't
isn't college.
No,
If they fumble, yes, they messed up, but they have to learn. They can't just be in timeout.
absolute
you
idiot.
think Urban Meyer is going to stay with the Jaguars?
I mean, after making
He
no
has
decision,
to.
I mean, yes, but
Yeah.
after those two decisions, that was stupid, and he
That
shouldn't
was
be
so
an NFL
stupid.
coach. No, but he will stay because you can't fire him after one season. Sadly.
And they beat the Bills.
So if he do the same thing next season, he gone.
Yes, yeah. There's no way on this planet that you bench your starting running back in the first half after he fumbled once. Come on, man.
And it's like it was Aaron Donald, dude. Like who?
Exactly.
Like that's like understandable, bro. Like that's like one of the best defensive players ever. Like you can't like complain like about that. So
It was just so stupid to me. Like watching him. Urban Meyer got to get it
Yeah.
together, man. Get Urban gone. It's getting pain for that.
see, I don't like him at all.
I'm starting not to either. Not gonna lie, but
Not a good coach.
yeah, Rams offense, man, they look good. They look good in the second half. Anyway, they only put up 13 points in the first half. But their defense looked phenomenal. Yeah, it was the Jacksonville Jaguars, but it is what it is. Yeah, next game we're gonna talk about is Washington versus Las Vegas. The Raiders versus your football team, man. This is something.
This was close.
This was close. Still, man, this football team is hot.
Yeah.
They're really trying to put their foot. I mean, right now they're sitting at 6 in the playoffs. They're really trying to let everybody know that
They're on the 4-winning streak too.
they're not coming to play by themselves, man. They want to make it and make a name for themselves.
Picked it up.
They did. I mean, and they are clicking at all the right times. Ron Rivera is coaching his team to the best of his abilities.
I have a question, man. Why did y'all get rid of him?
Time. He was there for so long.
I think it was just the new ownership, and he just wanted to move on and rebuild. That was really it. I mean, after this. I mean, if you look like Ron Rivera, like he's only had like two winning seasons, 3 winning seasons. So he's not a bad coach, but he's just like not like the best. So it's like I don't know. He's pretty average.
Coach y'all had wasn't the best either.
Matt Rule, I mean, yeah, it's his second year. We'll see.
I think with that defensive front that Carolina has now, I think he'd take them to pretty far.
Yeah,
Ron's a
maybe.
really good defensive coach, and I mean that defense that y'all have should be performing a lot better than what it is.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, about this game, I mean Heineke almost lost it for them late. Thankfully that the defense stepped up and didn't allow the Raiders to put that 2-point conversion on the board. Listen, this team and the football team, they are one that people are going to keep their eyes out for because right now, guess who they play first round?
The Bucks.
Tampa Bay. And we all saw what happened last season. They almost beat Tampa Bay in the playoffs. And did they play Tampa Bay this season already?
Yep.
Yes, they beat Tampa Bay this season.
Yeah, they did, and they beat them.
Yeah. And so, I mean,
they left them on 19 points.
They have Brady's number at this point, and so we're gonna have to really sit here and watch and keep our eyes on.
If they can do that again, that'd be a miracle.
No, I don't think it will. I mean, you beat them in the regular season. You almost beat them last season in the playoffs. I mean, it just would be, a flag that was showing that no one really knew about. But I'm excited, man.
I'm saying it'd be a miracle because Brady won't be there.
Oh yeah.
I don't care about that. As long as Brady out of there, I'm good. Because once Brady he get the progression, it's wraps.
I'm excited to see how this team does finish off though. It should be a good one in my opinion. and they got a couple games that are going to be kind of challenging, but we'll see what happens.
Hey, Matt, I got something to tell you. So, if the Packers make it to the Super Bowl, Davion, not even Super Bowl, but if we lose in the playoffs, Davion said he pulling up to my house barking the horn.
Yeah.
With a confetti.
Just because, Packers don't deserve any.
He said to me trashing his Saints team, so he said he's going to do that when we lose.
Yeah, and
it'll be interesting.
We better hope we don't lose, because if we win the Super Bowl, it's going to be 10 times worse for him.
We're not going to record a podcast that whole month.
Okay.
No, I'm kidding. But no, seriously. Listen, if the Packers win Super Bowl, which I don't think they can. I think an AFC team will win the Super Bowl this year because of how dominant that side of the NFL is. Yeah, but if they lose, when the Packers lose in the playoffs, it's going to be an amazing time. And I'm going to put it on the post game Instagram account. So be on the lookout for that. But yeah, the Raiders are done for the season, right? Like their season's over.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Ooh, why, Matthew?
I mean, it was a close game.
Yeah.
Yes, Washington's hot, and their schedule isn't horrible coming up.
Oh, they got the Chiefs, the Browns, the Broncos, the Colts, and the Chargers. That's all tough opponents. They're not going to win.
Except the Broncos. Yeah.
That's one game.
What were the other ones?
Chiefs, Browns, Colts.
They can beat the Browns.
Chargers.
What? Okay. Yeah. Continue.
They can beat the Browns. They can beat the
Broncos.
They could potentially, they can beat the Broncos. They could split with the Chargers. I don't think they're going to beat the Chiefs though.
You're not going to beat the Colts.
And then Colts they're not going to beat the Colts now.
What happened to the Browns?
Yeah, what happened to them?
Coming into the season, they were Super Bowl favorites in some people's eyes. They are now gone.
I said Baker all the time.
Baker's injured.
Yeah, he is still.
You missed Kareem Hunt a quarter of the year.
They missing A up. They second running back.
You have OBJ drama.
Now he's gone.
You got a lot of factors that played into the downfall of the Browns this season.
So pretty much, the Browns is like the Raiders. They just surrounded by drama right now. So they just trying to, I guess, pick it up. But
will they bounce back next year? The Browns.
Yeah.
They defense is good though. They should.
They do have a good defense.
Yeah.
It's just that offense is so sus right now. And if they just need to get Chubb and Kareem Hunt going, that's it.
Yeah. The run game.
Can't put the ball in Baker's hand.
Can't
let him
Can't rely on him either.
Less is more for Baker.
Yeah, less is more. Well, that sucks, man. It sucks, but it's the truth.
If Baker throwing the ball 30+ times, it's not a win.
No, I think there's no way that he is given the opportunity to throw the ball 30+ times these days. But I mean, we never know. People might want to let that thing fly one day and lose the game. But the next game we're going to move on and talk about is the Ravens and the Steelers.
Disappointing.
I have been saying this for weeks. Lamar can't throw.
Yeah.
And
you can't say that.
I mean, okay, proceed.
Okay, so their O-line. Their O-line was a disaster. Yeah. Lamar was running for his life half the game.
I mean, they blitzed them almost the entire game.
Yeah.
I got something to say, too, when you finish, Matt. Go ahead.
So there's that. And then, I mean, it was a close game, obviously, and it is Pittsburgh. It is a division game. They were a play away from winning with the 2-point conversion. Is it controversial? Yes. I thought it was a good call because your defense hasn't stopped anything.
Yeah.
Really. So you might as well just go for it. I don't think the Ravens – people are saying, the Ravens are, flukes and stuff. I don't think they're a fluke. I just think it's just, unfortunate with their injuries because they're still good even with these injuries. So it's I don't know.
Out of 10, what do you think the Ravens are?
Hold on, Davion. Let me just say this real quick. I wish Freddie was here so I can really say this to Freddie. But let me say this. So when we was talking about Lamar, me, you, Davion, and Freddie, when we was talking about Lamar, right? So I remember
Mhm.
when in the beginning he was saying Lamar had 13 touchdowns, 6 picks, da da da, boom, boom, boom. This man, it's almost about to be the end of the season, and this man only still didn't throw 20 touchdowns. He still so when he had 13 last time we talked, that mean he only scored 3 touchdowns out of 4 games. So that
How
means
many?
right now he's
Um,
sitting at 16 touchdowns and 13 interceptions. That's
he
not
was.
good.
I mean, he was. He missed a week or two.
Yeah, but that's still not good.
Yeah. I mean, how many picks have he thrown?
If he's a quarter, if Freddie said he's this so-called good quarterback, he should at least have better stats than that. That's poor.
What? Okay.
Also,
And
they're super run
the
heavy.
longest he even threw the
Yeah, they
ball was
are.
only 40 plus yards.
I mean, they're super. Like Matt just said, they are super run heavy. But I
And
mean,
half the time
him.
they don't have to throw the ball as
Yeah.
much. Not saying Lamar is like Lamar like he can throw, but like obviously he's a better mobile player than
Yeah, for
throwing.
sure.
So it's like why keep throwing the ball if you're running it and it's working? So that's the whole thing.
I mean, a big factor for this game especially was T.J. Watt, man, coming off the COVID
Oh yeah.
list. He had 3.5 sacks this game. So it's
Mm-hmm.
like that when a pass rusher is that hot, it's over. This game's over. Um,
Yeah.
but you know, back to my question, like, what do you rate the Ravens right now out of 10?
A 7.
Ooh,
I was gonna say a 7, 8.
yeah. I was thinking 8 instantly, and then I thought about it, probably like a 7. You're right. I mean, because they still have I
They're
mean,
not bad.
they still have a former MVP in Lamar Jackson, man.
Yeah.
That can completely change the game whenever he needs to.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, man, that's about it for that game. We'll have to wait and see what the Ravens do in the playoffs and if they can really put up, what they need to and play to the best of their abilities. But next game is the 49ers and the Seahawks. This game really made me kind of upset.
This game made me mad.
Um,
I saw the end of it. I didn't really saw the beginning, but I saw what happened at the end, and it just teed me off.
I mean, we were talking about the 49ers as potentially being back to what they to back to winning ways. And they come and they lose to Seattle, who's excuse me.
That was just so. I wouldn't even blame that game really. It was
I
just
would blame
bad.
it on
The
I
Garoppolo.
was
Seahawks,
just about to say that.
the Seahawks, that too, but the Seahawks, I don't know. They
I mean,
just
the amount of
Garoppolo did
turnovers.
not look good at
that
all.
No,
safety messed them up, and then Russell Wilson just came just throwing it down there and got the touchdown.
I mean, the amount of turnovers that this game had was ridiculous as well. You had
Yeah,
fumbles and picks and turnover on downs and just a safety, like you said. Like Jimmy G didn't play good at all.
no,
The Seahawks literally had a punt return. I mean, a fake punt that went for 60 something yards.
mm-hmm.
70, I think.
7, yeah. What? Like that doesn't happen. And I think Seattle just had Seattle just had all the luck today.
Yeah. But these always
Yeah.
the type of games with 49ers and Seahawks, though.
Yeah. Yeah, these division games always are.
Kittle looked
He had two
insane though.
touchdowns.
Oh
He
yeah,
had two
for sure.
touchdowns. But
181 receiving yards.
yeah, I was about to say almost 200 yards too. So
That Garoppolo, I mean Garoppolo did throw for 300, but he still threw 2 picks, and they were pretty costly.
Yeah, I mean, so there were in total 3 picks thrown. There were 3 fumbles apiece. I mean, in
Oh yeah,
total, like it was
Gerald
just
Everett.
yeah, it was just a sloppy game for everybody, and I mean that's not what you expect out of these two teams. I mean, these two relatively disciplined teams. Is Pete Carroll done after the season, y'all?
I think he should be,
Do you think he
but
will be?
they might just keep him because they won this.
Mm,
I don't know. I mean, Seattle actually has a somewhat okay schedule.
yeah.
I know they play the Rams, and
I think they should
Arizona.
get rid of him. I think
He's
I think
done.
they should get rid of him though. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we talked about this last week. There isn't really anything they have that'll make them good. Like, they don't have draft picks.
Nope.
Their salary's not good. Like, they need to trade people in order to get draft picks back. So I don't know.
I mean, if it's me, let me tell you how you fix the Seattle Seahawks. You trade Russell. Pete Carroll retires. You trade geez, help me out. Safety. Jamal. You trade Jamal.
They're not gonna do that.
Well, obviously not. You're not gonna trade him because you just picked him up last season. I mean, but you bring a new head coach in, you bring a whole new staff in because of that's how head coaches are. They just want what they want. And I don't know.
What works best for them.
You have to really like change a lot in this team. Hello.
Sorry,
you have
these
to change
ads.
Oh, you're good. You have to change a lot when it comes to this team. But
Yeah, I think so too. I mean, let me look at Seattle's draft picks. So they don't have a first, obviously.
mm-hmm.
That's what the Jets. Let's see. So wait, where is it? So I think they have like a second, a third. It's just like nothing. Yeah, I can't find it for some reason. Here, you guys continue on when I look this up.
Yeah. I mean, but yeah, like we said, like they don't have anything.
Seattle. Here we go. Okay, so they have a second rounder, third rounder. They traded their fourth rounder to the Jets, but they had their own fourth rounder. They have a fifth and a seventh.
I mean, what's that? 4 picks?
1, 2, 3, 5.
5 picks. 5 picks.
But you don't have a first rounder.
Yeah, I mean, you have arguably so you have 4 picks that are going to be useful. Because just minusing the first rounder. I mean, I think there's a lot that needs to happen this offseason.
Realistically, maybe like 2 of their picks are good.
Yeah.
And then the rest are just going to be like either luck or just like bust.
I think it's time for a rebuild phase for Seattle. I mean, they haven't had a rebuild phase since Marshawn left. And so I think now it's time for them to fix the problem, fix the problems in that team.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, but I mean that's all I got for those guys. The next game we got Broncos and the Chiefs division game. I think the Chiefs are quietly getting it done again. They're not making any noise. They just want to stay low key and quiet. Humble. Oh yeah,
and they didn't even play that. They just looked sloppy too.
One more time, Matt.
Mm-hmm. I said they looked a little sloppy too.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, Mahomes was just over. He was just over 50%.
Yeah,
not much to
do. A pick.
I mean, he hasn't been what we've seen. So that's the problem.
It was mostly a field goal and run game.
Yeah.
And their defense. Surprisingly.
Their defense with the pick 6. Mm-hmm.
I see. This is what we've been talking about for the Chiefs. We need them up defense.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Not too much to say on that.
I mean, are they scary in the playoffs? Like, are they a team to be feared?
Oh yeah.
No,
I think they are.
You don't think
it's the Chiefs?
No, I don't. I feel like it's other teams that's better than
I mean, but sure.
But like with how high powered their offense is, even if they don't look like it, when they're all synced up, that offense is impossible to stop.
It takes one play.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it also takes a defense to stop that. It also takes a defense to stop all that too.
Yeah,
and it's been proven.
It takes one play to make this team turn on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, I don't think you should ever take this team for
granted.
Yeah, for granted whatsoever. Who do they play first round right now? Right now they play
They played the Chargers.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's a good one.
Who would y'all have? Two questionable defenses.
Two really good offenses. I would give the Chiefs because they just obviously have more experience, and it would be Herbert's first playoff game, which playoffs are obviously a different animal compared to the regular season. So,
man, believe it or not, I say Chargers. I feel like the Chargers would their offense is just too good, man. Once they're clicking like they need to, in which they have, I think they have been clicking better than the Chiefs' offense has been clicking. I think they'll easily, not easily, but I do think they will beat the Chiefs. I mean, it's a division game for one, so they know what they're going to come against. They having played them twice, they know what they would need to get done. I do like the Chargers in the playoffs, though. I mean, like you said, it is Herbert's first playoff game, but
it is the Chargers' first since when?
This is his first.
Wait, you said the Chargers? Herbert. I meant to say Herbert.
I said Chargers in general.
Oh, I have no idea.
Chargers haven't made the playoffs
at least 6 years. Because they had Phillip. He was terrible.
I think when Phillip Rivers was. Yeah, they haven't been that good. Maybe, yeah, it was probably a while ago.
It was actually 2018. It went 12-4.
That's right. That's what I thought. With Phillip Rivers?
And they beat what?
Who'd they beat?
Oh no, so they beat the Ravens in the first round of the wild card, and then they lost to the Patriots.
Okay, that's why. Yeah, that's right.
Who eventually won that Super Bowl that year?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, but speaking of the Patriots, look at that segue. Patriots, Bills, Monday Night Football, one of the coldest, windiest games I've seen in a little while. Like the wind chill was 24, and the wind was blowing about 30 to 50 miles an hour.
Yep. It was no joke. Them kickers couldn't kick.
This game.
Them kickers could not kick. Or quarterbacks couldn't throw either.
I think
Josh Allen surprisingly did it, but
I mean, listen.
Because he actually can throw like cannons.
He throws a hard ball.
Mm-hmm. I will say this is probably the best coaching I've ever seen out of a coach. With Belichick. Like I've never thought running the ball every play, like 98% of the time, would win you the game.
I was sitting at the house and I was talking to Elijah and there's a couple of them at the house, and I was like, they're gonna run the ball every single play. And this was at the beginning of the game because I was like, there's no way on this world that you throw the ball at all. There's no way.
Jones only threw the ball 3 times.
He threw the ball 3 times, and he went 2 for 3 on the day. But there's no way that you can throw the ball or kick field goals and 90. In that wind chip.
Like
there's
that.
no way.
Yeah. It's terrible weather.
Does this game? I mean, me personally, I don't think this game is like a direct representation of the Bills or the Patriots.
No, it's not, because what did they help? I mean, it was 14-11.
14-10 final score.
14-10. So they didn't blow them out.
No,
it was still a competitive game.
No.
Their defense still stepped up.
Their defense still did fine, but obviously Davion Harris breaking off for 60 yards was a terrible start. But most of the time they looked good. It was just like who had the better field position.
I mean, both of these teams scored off of their turnovers. I mean, both of these teams got 7 points off their turnovers. I mean, it was just the nitty-gritty stuff that happened that ultimately won the Patriots this game, and expand their lead at that number 1 spot in the AFC, which to me, I think they're probably the best team in the AFC right now because their defense there's no point of this team where you can say, oh, that's a problem, because their offense is playing well, their defense is playing well. And so it's their game to lose, in my opinion.
I mean, the Patriots are good. They're going to be good.
Yeah.
I don't think like the Bills are still good, I think.
I agree.
And yes, this is a big loss because it is a division game. I think they'll obviously make the playoffs.
They have to play the Patriots one more time now in like 2 weeks.
Yeah, you're right.
And
It is in Foxborough though.
depending on the weather, we might see the
Depending on
same
the
thing over
weather.
again.
Because I mean, like honestly, like if I was comparing these teams, so like the Bills have a much better offense, I think, and then the Patriots have just a better defense.
Mm-hmm.
And like with Mac Jones, he can't. I mean, he's not a strong arm guy,
No,
and
he's very smart though.
He's a very smart quarterback. He's perfect for their scheme.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's nothing much you could say. I mean, it was just like it was a bizarre win, but like a good win. So.
Oh yeah, for sure. Listen, like I said, I think listen, like I said, at the beginning of the season, I had the Bills as my Super Bowl, team to win it all, favorite. But I mean, the Patriots have come from the dead, and they now sit 9-4. So I mean, and they've won 9. I mean, they've won 7 straight. So I think this Patriots team's not one to take easy or slightly whatsoever. And I also think that this Bills team needs to put up because it's go time now to show like why we were favorites coming into the season.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean that's pretty much it for week 13 of the NFL. Elijah, you got some records for us, man?
Unfortunately, I do.
Unfortunately. Oh, that must mean I'm in first place.
No, you still not.
Who's in first place?
I am, but you went from being down by 2. You went from being down by 2 to now 1. So it's me first place 87-58-1. Matt 81-64-1. Davion, you 86-59-1. And then Freddie's catching up. He's sneaking up to Matt. He's 78-64-3.
He catches up with you.
Freddie did good this week. He only lost 4 games. So yeah.
How many dollars?
You did too. You only lost 4 games too. I lost 5. Matt lost 6.
Yeah.
Well, because I think I remember I said Saints instead of Dallas last week.
Yeah, you lost Saints, Lions, Ravens, and 49ers.
What did I lose? Raiders.
You lost Bengals, Lions, Raiders, Ravens, 49ers, Bills.
Damn.
Freddie only lost Bengals, Ravens, 49ers, Bills. I lost the Vikings, Giants, Bengals, Ravens, and 49ers.
Yeah, I suck for that. Come on, D. You should have said. Anyway, week 14, week 14, teams that have bye weeks is coming week. Colts, the Dolphins, Patriots, and the Eagles. Game 1, Thursday Night Football. Steelers, Vikings. What are we going with?
Are we watching that at y'all? Nah, we not watching that at y'all.
I doubt it.
Yeah, that's not a good game. Steelers, though. I mean, that's K-On team. That's why I said that, but Steelers.
I'd say Steelers as well.
I'll go Pittsburgh.
They sold me twice.
With Adam Thielen probably not playing, I don't know.
Mike Zimmer on the way out. It's pretty obvious what's happening. Dallas, Washington. Ooh.
Dallas.
Ooh.
Washington
been on the road now, so
it'll be a big upset.
I'm gonna go with the Washington too.
But if Dallas wins like this one, then they basically wrap up the division. Yeah, I'll go Dallas.
Hold on, let me think.
Actually, I already picked that Cowboys.
I'm going to stay on Washington.
Where's the game?
At Washington.
I'm sticking on Cowboys.
Dallas.
At Washington.
Yeah.
Next game, Jacksonville, Tennessee.
Tennessee
as well. Seahawks, Texans. Just
Seahawks.
Seahawks.
Seahawks as well. Raiders, Chiefs, and Arrowhead.
Chiefs.
Chiefs.
Yeah. Chiefs.
Saints, Jets.
Jets.
Against the Saints?
Shut up, Matt.
I got Saints.
No. Stay with the Jets.
Nah, I got Saints. I
I
was
bet
joking. I was seeing
you
I was
won't
seeing
bet
y'all
that.
reaction when I said Jets. I was trying to be funny because of Saints, but
I got
I'll go-
Saints.
I
Surprisingly.
got Saints.
yeah.
Falcons, Panthers at Carolina.
Carolina.
Nah, hold on.
Who's y'all quarterback?
Who was so y'all played
So it's gonna be-
before, right?
Yeah, we
Cam?
beat them.
What was the
Cam
score?
starting.
No.
I think we. What was the score of that game? Let me
I got the
look.
Panthers.
Hold on, give me a second.
I'm about to say before I like make a final decision on that.
The Panthers beat the Falcons.
Apparently, so yeah, I had Sam Donald too. So Cam, I don't know if he do better.
I think he'll do better than Darnold. Darnold literally did nothing that game, and they still won.
CMC hurt still, right?
He's done for
He's done for the year.
So
And they didn't have McCaffrey that game either.
Matt, why are you giving him all the help?
I'm just telling him.
Let that man say Atlanta.
I don't
so
give
we
me
can
the
move
help. I'm
on.
asking questions so I can know who I can finalize. I'm gonna finalize the Panthers.
Oh. Ravens, Browns.
Ravens
as well.
again.
Giants, Chargers.
Chargers.
Lions, Broncos.
Lions. No Broncos.
Lions, Broncos.
I got Lions actually. Why not? Who cares?
I got Broncos.
I'll go Denver.
Okay. 49ers, Bengals.
Bengals.
No,
wait. Joe Burrow playing, right?
I
Yeah,
don't know.
he is. No, he said he is.
Okay.
San Fran.
That finger's still messed up, so I'm going with 49ers.
I'm gonna go with the Bengals. They're gonna get to a fast start and they're gonna win that game early. What did I say? Bengals, right? Bengals.
Bengals, 2 49ers. Yes.
Bills, Bucks at home.
Damn.
That's what I said. Bills got a rough one. I'm gonna go with the Bills because I don't like Brady.
Oh, give me the Bucks.
I'm gonna take the Bills.
That's so hard.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it's a tough one.
Packers.
Bears,
Packers.
Packers.
Yeah.
I guess I got.
Let's say it Packers.
I guess so. And then Monday Night Football. Rams, Cardinals.
What was your
Let me
pick?
hear
They
it.
gotta hear you.
A lot of good games.
Said Packers.
Oh, okay. I got Cardinals.
I think the Rams will split it. Give me the Rams.
Kyler's back, right? And D-Hop's back, right?
Yep.
Yes.
But it's in
So
LA.
tell Cardinals to bring me my
No,
money.
it's not. It's in.
Oh, wait, no, it's
Bring
in
me my
Arizona.
money.
Excuse me. I'm still
Tell
going with the
Cardinals
Rams.
to bring me my money. I got Cardinals. Who you got, Davion?
I have the. I don't know. This is probably my pick of the week.
So are we doing this Monday night?
At my house?
Yeah.
I think so. Matt, you're in town on Monday. Oh, no, it's the 13th.
Yeah, I'll
No.
be down there. We could all do something.
Oh, wait. You're in. We'll talk about this in a second.
When you went? Oh, let's see. Oh, I got town.
I will go with the. Man, this is hard. Cardinals. Yes,
Yeah.
Cardinals. I got the Cardinals. Man, that was rough. That was a hard one.
That was.
That was harder than the Bills and the Bucks. But yeah, man, that's been it from us from the post game today. Appreciate y'all for listening if you got this far. Matt, appreciate you for coming on. Elijah, thank you for coming on always.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's been a
No
fun
problem.
one.
Anytime.
And
Thank
is of course. Anytime, we're close to almost the end of the season, man. We're 4 weeks away from we're 3 weeks away from the playoffs, the end of this week. And so it's gonna be a good one, man. This is gonna be a very, very Very exciting last 5 weeks in the NFL. But yeah, man, thank y'all for listening. If y'all made it this far, I've been your host, Davion.
I've been Eli.
And I'm Matt.
And this has been the postgame.